Hello everyone and welcome back again to another episode of Chisme Corner. Today we are going to be covering 1,000-Pound Sisters, so let's get to it. So a couple days ago, Misty and Amanda had their check-in appointment and they had finally gotten approved for their surgery. So off to celebrate we go. We are going to the last supper of the Fat family. And don't come for me, that's what Chris said.
It's the last supper of the Fat family.
Then Amanda chimes in to tell us she ain't fat. She's thick in all the right places.
I'm thinking all the wrong places. I need to put some of this belly in my ass.
But Chris also has something to say about Amy's comment, and it's that she has old man syndrome.
Whatever they had in their ass moves around to the front of their belly.
With Amanda and Misty getting the surgery, this means the entire family has gotten weight loss surgery. Yay! Just like them, I'm also wondering if they got a family discount. When the waitress comes around, Misty orders a tomahawk steak, which is a 3-pound steak. Chris is super surprised that this was her pick, but she has a great point.
The doctor said protein, protein, protein. Tomahawk protein.
And I guess they won't be eating for 6 to 8 weeks. I was actually a little confused by this. Do any of you know how this works exactly? While they're eating, Chris brings up a really good point, asking Amanda if she's worried about her surgery, since every time she goes under the knife, it takes her a little longer to recover.
It worries me because, like, if something happens to me, who's going to look out for my kids?
It is totally understandable for her to feel and to be worried, especially when you have kids. I will want to make sure that someone is going to take care of my kids if something ever happened to me or my husband.
You've been through a lot these past few weeks, and I'm going to tell you, like, me and Misty both have talked about it, and I told her to go have her surgery because she needs it because of the diabetes.
And then Amy starts crying like she always does, and this worries Amanda, so she offers to stay and not have the surgery. But no, she has to get the surgery. This is important for her, and she will.
In a few days, I got nominated to take Misty and Amanda to surgery.
Chris is going with them, so he's definitely worried about the house burning down while he's gone, but Tammy and Amy will be fine, right? Jesus, guys, when they brought the steak to the table, my heart almost stopped. That could have been my lunch for 3 or 4 days, but moving on. Once they leave, thanks to Amy's depth perception,
I'm blind, so I can't see.
But I cannot see, I'm legally blind.
and her distraction, she almost dropped Tammy. And this brought old Tammy back.
I want to leave. I want to leave. Now you're about to start crying, as usual.
I'm not crying.
To her, it's common knowledge that wheels can't go over bumpy roads. And then Amy apologizes, but the way she apologized was so mature. It sounded like someone has been going to therapy.
Okay, I get it, and I'm sorry, and I will try
Fine,
to do
I'm just-
better. I'll try to be better about finding my listening ears.
We need to.
Yes.
I think Tammy was very upset because there were multiple cars around her and people, and maybe she felt some type of shame when she almost felt. But some dark humor can fix just about anything in this family.
Bitch.
Skank.
Guzzler.
You hot.
You slip puppy.
Yeah.
Jergosaurus.
It is surgery day,
Ready for it to be over with?
I'm just a ball of nerves.
and since Misty is going first, Amanda is a little worried. Like I told you guys, she's the bodyguard of the family. Misty is extremely diabetic, and Dr. Smith knows that this is the best surgery to help her tackle her problem.
It's amazing how much insulin she's on at her age. And so this is the most effective surgery for her to give her the best chance to resolve her diabetes.
Amanda is getting pretty emotional and stressed, but Chris is like, girl, chill out, she'll be fine. Chris keeps telling her to calm down, and she tells him,
I have every right to be worried, and it's not okay for you to dismiss my feelings.
I'm not dismissing your
You are,
feelings.
though.
No, I'm not.
I have legit concerns for my sister.
We all do.
Amanda feels like he's dismissing her feelings and not letting her feel the worry that she has. As they're still arguing, Dr. Smith walks into the room to give them the news.
Hey,
Hey,
how are you?
Good. How's my sister?
She did great. She did awesome.
But now, after all the happy moments, it's time for Amanda to go into surgery. 7 years ago, she had bariatric surgery. And now it's time for a revision, which is a little more risky according to Dr. Smith.
With Amanda's surgery, there's a lot more unknown. Anytime you do revisions, you never know what you're going to find. You don't know what you're going to find as far as scar tissue, which could potentially make things much more complex.
But the surgery goes well. It did take a little longer since there was some scar tissue that they needed to work through, but she's out and doing well. Next morning, the sisters are talking, and Amanda says, I can't wait for Dr. Smith to come here so I can tell him about himself.
You know, even though I'm single, you know, I think it probably crossed some kind of lines if I were to.
And at first, I thought that she meant curse on him, but then she started talking about crossing some lines, and then I got it.
Dr. Smith is really easy on the eyes.
Yeah.
And I think what makes it easier to look at him is his personality.
He does have a pretty charming personality, and I am not sure what Amanda was about to say here.
Oh, Lord Jesus, if I can show up.
Good morning.
Morning.
But it definitely had something to do with Dr. Smith because she started choking as soon as he walked through the door. That caused her to start laughing, which of course hurts after surgery.
That backside ain't too bad either.
My God. So many butts.
Funny story time. When I had my first C-section, my friends came to see us at the hospital, and one specific friend was making us laugh the whole time. Like, he was throwing jokes, he was just laughing over and over again. And I had just had a C-section, and it was so painful because I was having the time of my life, laughing and just, you know, having a great time. But I was in so much pain every time I laughed. Like, my belly was hurting, I was hurting. So yeah, moving on. And since we're already here, I would love to ask you guys if you guys could please subscribe if you haven't. Like I have said many times, I am trying to hit 500 subscribers and we are pretty close, so I would really appreciate if you could go ahead and subscribe. Now back to Tammy and Amy co-parenting. They start talking about how bitchy Misty and Amanda are and how they might be worse right after the surgery. But then they start worrying about them, so to help them calm down, we are going to go try some sushi.
I think we ought to go to lunch. Maybe sushi?
Tammy is getting very worried about Caleb, about his eating habits, and just being so far away from him. So she knows her and Amy need to relieve their mind, so she booked them a rage room too. She tells Amy that while she's in her house, she needs to start taking care of herself, she needs to eat, she needs to drink, and she needs to get better.
Now that you're in my house, you're going to start taking care of yourself. You're going to start eating a little bit of something. I want you happy.
Freaking yes, this is the type of support that you need when you're coming out of a relationship.
2 minutes when it comes out, you're ready to
Gage.
Now, when they started bringing out the food, one of the plates was on fire. And with the kiddos, that was a little unsafe, but they had no idea. And the waitress didn't really say anything to them. Gage is already at the stage where he doesn't want to eat anything else other than nuggets. And the baby wants to eat everything. Gage starts running around in the restaurant, and this makes Amy have a meltdown. So now she wants to leave. Thankfully, their cousins came back and took the kids for a little bit so she can go back inside and calm down. When she goes back inside, she tells Tammy that Gage is acting like that because he misses his daddy.
My son's missing his daddy.
I hate that. And I can't.
but I don't necessarily think that this is the only reason. I think that Gage needs time to play before he has to sit down. He also needs to go out to restaurants more often if Amy is trying to make this a reality for them. Or she can also get him one of those bugs that they stick onto the table and he can entertain himself. There was one part when they were eating, I can't remember, it was coil fish or something like that, eel coil, can't remember exactly, but when they tried it, it was so gross. So gross. I would never. But moving on to the rage room, now that the sisters are aware that Misty and Amanda are doing great, there's less weight on their shoulders. Tammy has always wanted to do the rage room, and she can finally do it since she can walk now. She also arranged a babysitter for Amy so they can go. And let's get rid of these demons, not in this house.
Goodbye, demons. Ah! He'll have no fury.
When Tammy puts the helmet on, she thinks she looks like an astronaut, but Amy thinks that she's an ass. I didn't really get this reference.
Can I get a hell yeah? Wanna hear the crowd get loud?
Get it, bitch, get it!
The sisters go ham on those items. It looks so freaking fun.
Play your damn video games.
Honestly, what are you gamers doing to this woman? Traumatizing them to never want to date someone that plays video games? Get it together, please.
I'm like, what do you say fuck me for?
Amy expresses how this is what she wanted, to have kids, to have a family. But like one of my subscribers stated in my last video, she also made the choice of picking Michael. She chose to have her second baby when the doctor advised her not to do so. So this falls on both of them. Later on, when Amy goes to see the lawyer, she finds out that Michael actually filed for divorce first. And she was upset because she realized that Michael didn't want to and was never going to fight for her.
I can't really be mad at the fact of that because I'm the one that asked for it. But damn, are you not going to fight for me?
Next episode, Tammy goes to see Caleb, so I'm probably going to cry a little bit, and Tammy goes to court with her bodyguards to see Michael. And that will be it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and go check out these other videos that I have up here. Have a great day. Bye.